Your daughter.
Did you say my daughter?
Yeah.
Did you see her in a video?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not my daughter. She's working
Your
actually.
son?
But look at who this might be.
It's a hedgehog. It's a hedgehog.
It's a hedgehog.
It's Marion. Do you guys remember Marion?
Yeah. I remember her.
Yeah. If you guys were here a couple weeks ago, Marion was here and she was sad.
Daddy.
She was sad and she was worried because you know what? She was so worried about not seeing you guys and being at school with all of you. And so she had to learn not to worry, to give her cares to the Lord. But you know what? She's been keeping really busy. Marion, what have you been doing to keep busy? Oh, she said she's had lots of good ideas about keeping busy. And she said she went on an Easter egg hunt over Easter. How many of you went on an Easter egg hunt? Anybody out there?
Actually, I did that.
Yeah, great. Wave at me if you went on one. Okay. Oh, I see Eden out there too. Hi, Eden.
Hi.
Hey. What else? She said, oh, she went out and played in the snow. She had the idea to go play in the snow. How many of you went and played in the snow?
I did.
Anybody? Wave at me if you did. All right. What else have you done? What other ideas have you had to keep busy? Oh, no. She even, when it was nice outside, she went out and she did sidewalk chalk. How many of you have done any sidewalk chalk outside? Anybody? You can write some fun messages on the sidewalks. Yeah, well, Marion's been doing that too. She got a lot of great ideas about fun things that she can do when she's not at school with us. And so she's doing really good now. Well, Marion, I have some great stories to read tonight. Now, boys and girls, my stories tonight, well, yes, we're wearing hats. If you don't have a hat on, go grab a hat and come back. It's hat night.
I get my crown.
You can go grab a hat if you don't have one. But our theme tonight is all about ideas. Marion's had some great ideas lately of things to do to stay busy while she's not at school. And I have some stories tonight about having ideas, okay? Sometimes we have good ideas, sometimes we have bad ideas. All right, I'm going to mute you guys. And
Don't mute me. Almost.
Okay.
I'll watch the dancing. Okay, I'll watch it to see if it's muted or not.
all right, so everybody should be muted.
Not me.
Not you. If you're not muted, mute yourself for me, would you? Everybody mute yourself so it's nice and quiet for the recording.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you for listening. So good. All right, so all about ideas. So my first story tonight is this book. I don't know if you've ever seen this one. I'm going to make my screen bigger too. There we go. And so this book is called This Is Not My Hat. It's by John Klassen. And this fish, he got an idea, okay? And so you're going to be paying attention to what his idea is, okay? Was it a good idea or was it a bad idea? All right, and what the consequence to the idea and his actions had to it, okay? So this is not my hat. Oh, did you guys notice? It has a seal, it has the Caldecott. So we know that this book received an award for its illustrations. So for the pictures, it got some special recognition for that. This is not my hat. This hat is not mine. I stole it. Uh-oh. Touch your nose if you know it's not good to steal. Touch your nose if you know it's not good to steal. Do you think this was a good idea? I stole it from a big fish. He was asleep when I did it. Look at that big fish. Whoa, that's a big fish. And he probably won't wake up for a long time. Big fish. And even if he does wake up, he probably won't notice that it's gone. Wave at me if you think he's not going to notice. Anybody think he's not going to notice that his hat is gone? All right, let's see. And even if he does notice that it's gone, he probably won't know that it was me who did it. There's that big fish again. And even if he does guess that it's me, he won't know where I am going. Oh, there goes the fish. But I will tell you where I am going. I'm going to where the plants grow big and tall and close together. It is very hard to see in there. Nobody will ever find me. There's the little fish with his hat on. Can you see him? Little fish got an idea, took the hat, and he doesn't think anybody's gonna notice. I don't know. Good idea? Bad idea? There is someone who saw me already, but he said he wouldn't tell anyone which way I went. This is who saw, right there. He saw where the little fish is going. So I am not worried about it. There he is. And then here's the big fish coming in. Do you think he's gonna tell? I know it's wrong to steal a hat. I know it does not belong to me, but I'm going to keep it. It was too small for him anyway. It fits me just right. And look, I made it, where the plants are big and tall and close together. So there he is with his little hat on, and he made it over here to all the plants. I knew I was going to make it. Oh, there he goes inside all the tall plants. But what do you notice? Who's on his tail? Nobody will ever find me. Uh-oh. The little fish is in there somewhere, but who's behind him? I wonder what's gonna happen. Oh, here's all the weeds. Can't see anything. Oh, now here's the big fish. He came out of the weeds, past the little lobster, or whatever that is, not a lobster. And what does the big fish have on him? Uh-oh. You see the little fish anywhere? And that's the end of the story. Oh man. So I'm gonna unmute you guys. So what just happened? That little fish, he had an idea, didn't he? I'm gonna spread you guys out now. We can have a conversation, but in order to talk, I just want you to wave at me and then I'll call on you, okay? Hey, I see Graham's here now. Hey, I see a lot of more faces out there. Elliot and Ariella here. All right. I see lots more. Nia's out there. Alexander, I see you too. All right, so I'm going to ask some questions. Now, hey, I see Peyton too. So touch your nose if you heard the whole story. Who heard the whole story? Good, just touch your nose. All right, now, if you want to answer a question, don't yell it out. Just wave your hand and I will call on people, okay? Now, I can't call on everybody. I can only call on one person at a time. All right? The first idea. Who thinks that, wave at me if you think it was a good idea. Was that a good idea? Dad? Okay, now touch your head if it was a bad idea. Okay, wave at me. Who wants to tell me why was it a bad idea? Why was it, Reese, why was it a bad idea?
Because it's dangerous.
Reese, why was it a bad idea?
Because it's not very nice to steal, and if you do steal something, you should think about it first, and then you should give it back.
So we should, that's very good. So you can tell me. I want to see more people here. I gotta get. There we go. All right, let's see if I can get everybody back there. Now, because there's a lot more of us on here, I'm gonna mute us all again, okay? All right. Everybody go ahead and mute yourself if I don't get you muted. Can you mute yourself? Everybody click mute. Good job. All right, thank you. It gets too loud if we all have our volumes up. It was a bad idea, wasn't it? He should have stolen that hat. Not such a good idea. And what ended up happening when he had that idea and he put it into action and he stole the hat? Who can tell me? Halston, tell me what happened at the end. Well, you can unmute yourself. What was the result of his stealing the hat?
He got eaten.
He got eaten. Yep. The big fish found him in the plants and he ate them all up. And so not such a good idea. Was that a God idea, you guys?
Yes,
No.
of course.
Was not a God idea. It was a bad idea. All right. So I have another story.
Yep.
How many of you recognize these books? I'll make myself big. How many of you recognize these books?
I can't. Your screen isn't bigger at all.
This one, Fox and Socks, and the Foot Book. Now these books were written by Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss is a very well-known author, but did you guys know that when he got the idea to start writing books, he didn't succeed. He actually failed. And it took him 27 times. 27 times for him to finally get someone to decide to publish his first book. All right. And so Dr. Seuss had a good idea, but not everybody believed in him. And so he had to keep pursuing his idea. Now I have another book that I want to share with you about ideas. And it's called What Do You Do with an Idea? All right. And so we're going to read this one. How many of you have heard this one before? A lot of you maybe have seen it. All right, I'm going to try to pin myself. All right, everybody put your mutes on. Everybody mute your screen. Make yourself muted.
Hey, would you push me?
If you're not muting yourself, I'm going to mute you.
I'll do that again.
There we go. Okay, I think we're all muted now. Okay. Here we go. So we're going to hear, what do you do with an idea? So maybe sometimes we can get good ideas like Dr. Seuss did, and we can run with it. Now this boy, I want you to pay close attention to this story. This boy right here, he gets a really interesting idea. And I want you to watch what he does with the idea. One day, I had an idea. Where did it come from? Why is it here? I wondered, what do I do with an idea? So here's the boy. And this little golden egg shape, that's his idea. And just watch what he does with that idea. Thank you for that. I might need help hosting. All right, so here's our character. Here's our idea. Let's follow and watch what they're doing. At first, I didn't think much about it. It seemed kind of strange and fragile. I didn't know what to do with it, so I just walked away from my idea. I acted like it didn't belong to me. All right, so see the boy? There he's walking away from his idea. I wonder why he walked away. But it followed me. There he is. I worried what others would think. What would people say about my idea? I kept it to myself. I hid it away and didn't talk about it. I tried to act like everything was the same as if it was before my idea showed up. I want you to be thinking about, have you ever had an idea out there? Anybody ever had an idea? But there was something magical about my idea. I had to admit I felt better and happier when it was around. There he is. It wanted food. It wanted to play. Actually, it wanted a lot of attention. It grew bigger and we became friends. I showed it to other people even though I was afraid of what they would say. I was afraid that if people saw it, they would laugh at it. I was afraid they would think it was silly. And many of them did. They said it was no good. They said that it was too weird. They said it was a waste of time and that it would never become anything. So I want you to be thinking about if you've ever had an idea and maybe not everybody liked your idea. Has that ever happened to you? Maybe just think about it in your head. You've had an idea and you want to do something or make something or go somewhere, but you didn't, maybe you just didn't, people didn't like your idea. And at first, I believed them. I actually thought about giving up on my idea. I almost listened to them. So there he is, walking away from his idea again. We have to ask ourselves, that is always good to listen to what other people have to say? Sometimes not. But then I realized, what do they really know? This is my idea, I thought. No one knows it like I do, and it's okay if it's different and weird and maybe a little crazy. I decided to protect it, to care for it. I fed it good food. I worked with it. I played with it. But most of all, I gave it my attention.
All right, I'm done.
I grew, or my idea grew, and so did my love for it. So he's spending time with his idea, whatever that is. We don't know exactly what his idea is in the story, but we just know that he has one and that he isn't listening to what other people say. And he's deciding to spend time with his idea and nurturing it and developing it into something bigger. Well, I built it. It says, I built it a new house, one with an open roof where I could look up at the stars, a place where I could be safe to dream. I liked being with my idea. It made me feel more alive, like I could do anything. It encouraged me to think big and then to think bigger. It shared its secrets with me. It showed me how to walk on my hands because it said, it is good to have the ability to see things differently. I couldn't imagine my life without it. Then one day, something amazing happened. My idea changed right before my very eyes. It spread its wings, took flight, and burst into the sky. So his idea is taking off. I don't know how to describe it, but it went from being here to being everywhere. It wasn't just a part of me anymore. It was now a part of everything. Boys and girls, I would like you to make sure that you're listening to the story and not focusing on the chat. Otherwise, when we have the chat on during our story time, we'll have to turn it off, okay? If we're not using it for the story time purpose, okay? So make sure you're focusing on the story. And then I realized what you do with an idea. You change the world. So this boy, he had an idea. He had a great idea, he thought. He thought he had a God idea. All right, I'm going to expand you, and I want to see more people. All right, so he had this great idea, and he thought that it was really good. But what did other people think about his idea? Wave at me if you want to tell me, and I'll unmute you. Who wants to tell me? What did other people think about his idea? Is that you, Teddy? Teddy, you might have to unmute yourself. Hey, Teddy. What did other people think about the boy's idea? Did they like it? You can shake your head or yes or no. No, he's right. Caleb, What do you think, Caleb? I'm gonna go up here up at the top. Caleb, what did other people think about his idea? Did they like it?
They thought it was too weird and they thought it was a waste of time.
Yeah, sometimes other people give us their opinions about what our idea is, and if they like it, they don't always agree. And in the story, you're right. They thought his idea was weird. Did he listen to them?
Nope.
No, he didn't. He kept going. He kept going with this idea that he had. Now, do we know what his idea was? No, not really. They just tell us it was an idea. And so he kept going with it. And what happened as he spent more time with his idea? Who can tell me by waving at me to let me know you want to share? All right, Elliot, can you tell me? What did he do with his idea after he decided not to listen to the people? What did he do? Did he spend more time with his idea? Elliot? Elliot, you're on. All right, I'm gonna ask somebody else, okay? All right, I'm gonna go over, let's see, Alexander, do you wanna answer? Alexander, unmute yourself. Do you know how to unmute?
I found it.
Perfect. Alexander, what did he do with his idea after he stopped listening to people? What did he start to do?
Wait, start to do with what?
With his idea. Did he ignore it?
Is this about the story we just read?
Yeah.
He
It's okay if you want to say pass, I'll pass.
He didn't.
He didn't, you're right. He didn't listen to other people, but he did spend more time with his idea. And he said he got to be closer to his idea. And I see Halston above you. I'm gonna click on him. He has something he wants to say. Halston, go ahead. You might have to unmute yourself too. There you go.
I think I know what his idea was.
What do you think it was?
I think it was color, because at the beginning of the book there was no color in the background.
Okay.
And then it was color.
Okay, so you think it was having more color? Okay. His idea represented an egg shape, and it kind of followed him throughout the story. And it talked about how when he spent more time with his idea and he nurtured it and made it bigger and better, he got closer to it, and it became a big part of the world. They said at the end, his idea grew and grew, and so did his love for his idea. I want you guys all to think right now, have you ever had an idea to make something? Anybody ever had an idea to make something? If you've ever had an idea to make something, I want you to wave at me. Anybody have an idea to make something? Can I tell you about an idea I have? Well, you can stop waving. I have this idea that I want to grow some things at my house. And so I got some seeds, and I got some dirt, and I got some different containers to do some different kind of container gardening. And so I got this idea. It's a great idea, and I'm excited about it. Do you think everybody would like my idea?
I already went.
Maybe not. Sometimes not everybody likes each other's ideas. All right? And that's okay. I can still do my idea and pursue it if I want. All right. Boys and girls, I want to remind you, if you didn't catch this part, how many of you, Dr. Seuss, he had an idea for a book. If you didn't catch this earlier, he actually wrote a book called, I Saw It on Mulberry Street. How many of you have ever heard that Dr. Seuss book before? Anybody? Raise your hand if you've ever, yeah. Dr. Seuss, when he first made that book, nobody wanted to publish it. They thought he was a bad author and a bad illustrator, but he had this idea that he wanted to be an author and an illustrator. And so he didn't give up. He pursued his God idea and he kept moving forward. And eventually, Dr. Seuss, he has written well over in his lifetime, over 40 children's books. And so he became very famous and he stuck with his idea and he didn't give up. What's that, Marion? Remember Marion still sitting here? Can you guys wave to Marion? She's gonna wave to you. What's that? Marion says she has an idea. She says, let's play Simon Says before we go. Touch your nose if you want to play Simon Says with me before we go. Me too. I want to play Simon Says. Okay, here we go. All right, Marion says, and it's not going to be Simon Says, it's going to be Marion Says, okay? All right, here we go. Marion says, touch your hat. Bryn, are you playing? Marion says, touch your chin. Marion says, put both hands up. Good job. Marion says, touch your cheeks. Take your hands off your cheeks. Oh, if you did that, you're out. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Marion says, touch your nose. Marion says, touch your head. Marion says, take your hands off your head. Touch your feet. Oh, if you touched your feet, you're out. All right, here we go. Marion says, jump up and down. Or bounce. Marion says, stop. Marion says, start again. Jump up and down. Marion says, lay down. Marion says, sit up. Lay down. Oh, if you lay down, you're out. Marion says, sit up straight. Marion says, take off your hat. Marion says, fix your hair. Marion says, look down. Marion says, roll over. Can you roll over? Marion says, sit back up. Marion says, bye, boys. Say bye, boys and girls. Marion says, I will miss you.
Bye. Bye. Oh yeah.
Bye. We're gonna go.
Bye.
We'll see you next week, okay?
Something to say.
What do you have to say, Caleb? Go ahead.
I'm gonna say bye.
Bye. Bye. Idea.
To me privately.
Caleb, what do you want to say?
Miss Heather.
I like your idea.
Miss Heather.
I
You like my
your
idea?
Miss Heather.
Thank you. What?
I have sand, fox, and socks that I have it at my house.
Do you?
I have
You
to
can
count the
practice
hat,
reading
but
it.
I don't
That's
know
so
where it
great.
is.
Same.
Andrew, what was Andrew gonna say?
This is Goldberg.
Oh, I love him. Are you playing a lot with him?
Yeah.
Good.
And he has strong muscles to kill other ones.
Ah, nice.
I have
Well,
to
did you
count
want to tell me
the
something
muscles.
else? You wanted to tell me I had a good idea. Is that what you wanted to tell me, Caleb? Caleb Johnson?
Say goodbye.
Yeah? Okay. All right. Go
Yeah,
pursue your ideas. If you have good ideas, do them, okay?
I want to stay here forever.
You want to stay?
I'm about to
watch that?
Jessie.
Reese, you want to stay forever? I love seeing you guys each week. Come back next Tuesday night. I'll have a couple more stories, okay? All right.
Okay,
Maybe
bye.
Marion will join us.
Okay, bye. Oh, guys.
All right. See you next time.
I want to stay here forever.
Bye.
Bye.
Before you leave, do that. Oh no, go away. Go away. Whatever you are, go away.
That was kind of. Same brother.
Get away.
All right, I'm gonna end. See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.